Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Silent Ascension level 18, sure. Just take a break. Relax. Stretch. Do better. Lose 6 max HP, gain 250 gold. If we go to a shop and we get a very good relic for that amount of gold, I'll probably be very happy. So I'm gonna lose the max HP for the massive amount of gold. We'll go to one early shop and then hopefully just get the best relic in the entire game. What would that be? What would that be? Well, you're asking me? Excuse me? I hate this jawworm. He puts up so much block every turn, he's really annoying to fight. And we shuffled a lot of our good defenses, unfortunately, right there. But luckily we got that neutralize, which meant that we could take no damage here. I am kind of slow playing the fight to an extent, but, you know, you'd rather not take damage if you can avoid it. Silent's one of those, you know, unlike the Ironclad, you gotta play very defensively with the Silent early. You can't just go balls to the wall, attacking every turn, and if you take a little bit of damage, heal it back. You gotta not take damage at all if you can avoid it. Now we are gonna take 4 damage. It's the most damage we've taken on the entire fight so far. That's fine. Dash, leg sweep. I love leg sweep, but early on, I think I prefer a dash. Just because it's got damage associated with it. Colorless card, Happy Flower. Die. Calculated Gamble, Masterful Stab, card removal. There's a lot of good stuff here. I think we want Happy Flower. I think we want Die. The toolbox is nice because sometimes you do get, let's go. Sometimes you do get some rather absurd value from getting particular colorless cards, but I think the energy might be just more important now. And we will try to visit as many question marks as possible now that we have Serpent Head. 50 gold per question mark room. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Unfortunately, if we do this path, we can visit this shop up here, but there's only, well, I guess there's a couple of question marks along the way. Yo, to get that off of the first one is pretty lucky. All right, let's keep pushing forward. Dash, you know, it's a great card because it's damage and block. I suppose one problem with it is that it's not really much better than 2 strikes offensively. You know, it's 13 damage instead of 12 via 2 strikes. So it could be worth more, I suppose. Guess we want die. Can't quite kill you, so we'll defend. Still have to do 1 damage to the sentry on the right, but we got him. This is really not a bad fight at all. Orichalcum's okay. Piercing Whale's a great defensive card. Visit as many question marks as possible. I don't think we need to become cursed to get money. Regal Pellow's kind of nice in case you need to rest. Good options so far. And I think we just gotta go all in here, so neutralize, quick slash, dash is more damage, and then we'll just shiv. Would have been better to save the strength potion here, but using it on the previous fight did save us a little bit of health. Maybe like 10 HP, I think is what it saved us. See if we can kill you. I guess with Mercury Hourglass, we can kinda stall slightly. You know, we're doing 3 damage per turn that's not related to our own damage output at all. This sucks, because You have 1 HP. Really should have saved that strength potion, but that's fine. Now I'll take a leg sweep. I'm glad that we got the opportunity to take it again. Dude, I will take another die. I will, ooh. Man, these are both fantastic. Do you want Eternal Feather or Clockwork? I suppose Eternal Feather means you can have a more upgraded deck in the long run, even though Clockwork is amazing. Blade Dance and Accuracy? Yeah, well, you know me, not really a big Shiv fan. What I will do is probably purge a card. Do we have an elite coming up? No, just the boss fight. Gulagrabita says accuracy is underrated. Yeah, it's bad strength. I think that's why I underrate it myself. Purge a strike. We'll rest by just going here, and then we can upgrade a card. I suppose die is a good upgrade. Might incentivize elite killing on the second floor. Although the die-dies do exhaust, so they're maybe not that good against the gremlin. Quick slash, blade dance, outmaneuver. I'll take another quick slash just for damage output purposes, and this is kind of a little bit risky, but I am just going to do another upgrade here. I'm not gonna play that. As tempting as it is, I really want to save those for later, after this guy splits, because I mean, I could play them to maybe get closer to him splitting, but I don't think we're gonna get there. It's gonna draw a defend. Let's just block. We'll take 5 damage. We do have a lot of slimes coming up, but I still don't think he played die. I just want to save it for after he splits. I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. Thunk. 18 damage. Let's keep you alive for another turn. We'll take 2. They're both splitting, so let's make sure we get them both here. All we gotta do is live for 4 turns, and then they're all dead. Or kill them, that'll work too. We did use both of our dies, right? Yeah. They are all attacking, huh? Still. We're gonna live through this fight, and we're gonna make it to the second act. And we've got some pretty okay relics. Wraith Form, Bullet Time, Doppelganger. I think we'll take Wraith Form. It's a great defensive card. I really want to be able to upgrade because we have Eternal Feather. So Ring of the Serpent might be what we want to take here, but I don't know. It doesn't really seem that good. We could take Wrist Blade and then go for Shivs, but I really don't like the card. Or I really don't like the relic. No longer smith. We need to be able to smith. We got Eternal Feather. We don't really have a Shiv build. In fact, we have no Shivs. We could add them and then upgrade them. Or we could get 1 card per turn, but lose 1 card on turn 1. I hate this. This is 4 strength, but it only applies to shivs, slice, and neutralize. People seem to love the shivs. I don't see the shivs really being that good, but you know, we can always try to add in a few shiv cards. No Time says the snake one is good, it's underrated. I appreciate the value of a good... Oh my god, gonna take some damage here. I appreciate the value of a good, you know, draw relic. But I don't know. 4 energy would really help out the deck, but couldn't really get it, could we? I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think we're gonna lose here. I think we're gonna lose on like the elite fight if we go and fight the elite, because we just don't have any, we have no deck cohesion or synergy right now. We're just playing cards that exist. Ogrim says, I think the snake one is the worst upgrade for starter relics. I think that's definitely true because of the fact that it ruins the value of the original relic, which is you draw 2 cards on turn 1, which is good for setup. It's gonna hit you. Yeah, I mean, we just took like 20 damage on the first fight. So this is probably gonna be an F. We'll see. We'll take a backflip because we can't really afford another leg sweep. Oh, really? You guys are gonna be here, huh? Well, I mean, we have, you know, 2 dies. As long as we draw them, we'll be okay. You know what? Give me back the dash. At least we didn't take too much damage by using a potion there. Yeah, like, we have nothing in this deck that's good. We don't have any sort of damage scaling. We don't have poison. We don't have 4 energy. You know, we don't have upgraded cards right now. This is looking like it's gonna be a, you know, one of those runs, let's say. It's gonna be one of those runs. Should have attacked you with the strike, I suppose. Are we really gonna Wraith form? Our defends are pretty much worthless anyways. Could have taken snakes as Ogrim. I mean, the boss relics was just, all of the relics were horrible. I think that's the big problem. I feel like all of those relics were just garbage. (21 HP). Upgraded backflip or footwork. I guess we'll take the footwork. We will purge a defend since we just purged a strike. And maybe we'll try to, oh my god. Maybe we'll try to rest before we fight the boss. Or sorry, fight the elite rather. I'm gonna do it like this so I can do damage. At least with the footwork we can do a little bit more. (22 damage. 4, 5, 4, 4. That is the most I've ever had to think about that situation. Hey, Infinite Blades. Infinite Blades is a Shiv card. I'm gonna heal to full. I hate that you're all going for me still. You'll die to Mercury Hourglass if I want you to. Get 'em, boys. And you're still hitting for 33, huh? Aren't you just annoying? Okay, so now we get a shiv that does 8 damage every turn for free. Could be worse. You. 16 times 3. This could be a Wraith form. Yeah, I think this is a Wraith form. Because in theory, you'll be dead before you can attack again. Okay, I don't know. Maybe if we fill our deck full of, you know, infinite blades, maybe we can make something happen here. Infinite blade and lantern. And kunai. Okay, now you got me thinking. Take a free deflect. Kunai has me thinking that maybe there actually still exists a possibility in here somewhere. Peace pipe. It's not worth much right here, I think. It's too slow. But we're not gonna give up. The seed was so a shiv build, says Ogrim. You know, I can't really say you're wrong. It does feel like there is some decent shiv, you know, relics once you get past a certain point. It's not like there was much that we could have done to know that ahead of time, I suppose. At least we are killing this elite relatively easily. It could have gone a lot worse. Dodge and roll, choke, concentrate. I feel like we need more blocks. I feel like we're also gonna go to the shop with 300 gold and see what we can get. I do like bronze scales and well-laid plans. We won't be able to remove a card, but I think that's acceptable. Could have also taken Endless Agony, because it will gain the benefit of Wrist Blade, I suppose. And what do we need to upgrade? Wraith Form would be a big one, Footwork is a big one, Leg Sweeps would be a big one. We got a lot of stuff to upgrade. Hate this turn. We did 9 damage. At least they're not attacking. Hate being frail. I don't know, maybe it would have been worth more to have the artifact. You know what? Artifact would have worked well with Wraith Form, now that I think about it. Yeah, the artifact would have protected us from the negatives of Wraith Form or from the vulnerability on the heart. But I guess we didn't have Wraith Form at the time, did we? So. Oh well. I don't know, maybe this deck does have a chance. I don't know what we need to change in order for it to have the biggest chance though. I guess just keep adding good stuff. Let's see if we can at least defeat the boss. That'll be the first big test. Lots of decks up thanks to that kunai. And remember, if we get, we'll skip this. If we get Wraith Form out, we can still gain decks back because of kunai. Really want Mummified Hand. I kind of feel like Dolly's mirror duplicating a Footwork means we don't have... No, we should probably duplicate the Infinite Blades. We need more offense, and that's how we can get it. So then we'll purge or upgrade. Probably want a strike purge because we've got the good value out of Infinite Blades, I think. I don't know, because now we got 16 damage for free every turn. Is that enough? It's very good for kunai. We can make a very nice blocky build work here. I don't know, this is strange. This is weird. Feels like it could work, because we have so much dex gain right now. Ogrim says turn 1 is bad. Well, yeah, definitely. But I suppose if we put the Wraith form in our hand, maybe we could use that turn 1. You know, like, I mean, that would be best if we had the artifact, I suppose, but... Like, if we turn 1 Wraith form, we can be intangible. And then over a couple of turns, we can start gaining dex back. Like, even right now, I'm like, okay, well, what if we Wraith form... And then from here on out, we just attack him and gain 1 or 2 dex per turn. Orange pellets would have been nice too. I think I did see those in an earlier shop, but wasn't able to buy them. I should have saved one of those cards, but that's fine. Wraith form downside doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because we're still slow. I still need more offensive scaling and more block, especially if we're going to be fighting the heart, but it's at least not bad. Like, I think we'll easily kill the automaton. We're not gaining any more dex, we're kind of just neutral. But he will die. We will live. I'm glad we got a free attack out of that. We're actually not even really going to take that much damage, are we? At least I'm, you know, experiencing this new run here and thinking that there might actually still be a way of doing it. We need a malaise. Runic Dome, Cursed Key. We can take Cursed Key. We have 4 energy now, too. So the turn 1 is going to be slightly better. We have to fight the Burning Elite, so let's just not even worry about anything else. And if we Wraith form Infinite Blades, we can... Ah, but we're gonna have so little early dex because of it. I think we'll just do this. We can hold the Wraith form. We're gonna take a little damage turn 1. Our turn 1 is certainly slower than I would like it to be. Good power boss. Always like to see him. Need an innate panacea now, because we don't have that other relic that I passed up on earlier. We still got a chance. If we could get more, maybe I am gonna go into a Shiv build now. If we could get more Shiv cards, that would be nice. Piercing well-laid plans, die. I will lose an upgraded die. I feel like the other cards are more important. I will not give you my gold. I will take 2 normality. That's how insane I am. That's right, I did it. I'll do it again, damn it. This turn is gonna suck, though. Ogrim says no. Don't worry about it. Dude, I don't know how I'm gonna kill these guys. Their spikes are gonna get me. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Okay. Block. 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 Still hitting quite hard. This'll kill you though. Ah, but it hit two of them at the why did I forget that it would hit two spikers by playing one card? It seems kind of dumb of me to forget. Normality with shivs. Hey, it's only normality for a couple of turns. Or for a couple of fights, and then we can dump them. Although we do have to fight a burning elite, so let's do this giant head. Giant headman. 7 and 15. That's true, Ogrim. We do have peace pipe, so we could remove at least one of them. Take 3 damage. Kind of have to do it in this order. As soon as we get well-laid plans, we can also hold on to Survivor, but it's been hard to make that happen. I really do not want to play well-laid plans, or sorry, Wraith Form this early. We're gonna die on this fight, and it's not Normality's fault. It's the fact that we just don't do enough damage. This is not a good deck for this fight, or a good fight for this deck. But we'll frickin' try, man. We will frickin' try. Doing 55 damage. Right, okay, well, you know, let's make you weak and we'll see what happens. 39 damage, we're dead. Still, maybe I should be a little bit more inclined to take Shiv cards early. I keep forgetting that they buffed the Shivs. You know, they made accuracy give you more damage, and then they also made it so that the not Infinite Blades, but the Wrath of Blades, whatever the card is that gives you 3 Shivs, it used to give you 2. They buffed that one. So they have buffed the Shivs and the Shiv archetype, so maybe I should be a little bit more inclined to do that. Didn't they also make Wrist Blade better? I feel like they made Wrist Blade buffed. I don't remember giving you 4 damage, so, you know, lesson learned. This is all about, you know, learning our lessons and trying to rebuild our gaming knowledge so that we can beat Ascension 20. Also, don't forget, it's freaking Ascension 20, and I'm not perfect at the game, and I'm experimenting and I'm learning as I go, so, you know, go easy on the criticism. That's all I want. Let's go for a random common relic. +1 Strength Vira. Maybe this is our Shiv deck. Maybe this is our Shiv deck. Now, we do want to fight some elites though. We'll have to go to a shop to fight this elite path, but there's only 2 elites up here, so if we're gonna fight 2 elites, maybe we'd be better off kind of spreading the elites out and fighting them a little bit more over time. Darnunu says, I did not realize Vira was common. I think Vira is one of the better common relics, as is the Anchor. Anchor is pretty good. 10 block on turn 1. I actually feel like we can slow play the rest of this fight. Because we're about to draw Neutralize. And now we just need 3 attacks in 1 turn. Although that is gonna be maybe not the easiest thing to have happen, but we got a little bit lucky. Slice is pretty decent. It's just a free attack. Poison Stab, though, can end up being really freaking good. I'll go with the Slice. I want the free attack early, I think. And why is it that whenever these guys have less than 12 health, they never attack on turn 1? They only seem to attack on turn 1 when they have enough health that they can guaranteed do damage to you. Is it just me? Is it just me? It always seems like that's the case. And I hate him for it. Heel Hook, set up Piercing Wail. We don't have a weakness build right now. Piercing Wail is good defense, and it's something we're gonna want anyways. I will become cursed. We could remove the curse, but I'm just gonna move up. Yeah, sure. Ended up not going too badly. Let's do another combat. I feel like I want more cards. I feel like I need to add more good stuff to the deck before we start fighting all these elites. Yeah, and I'll take a leg sweep. Very blocky, and this is not the fight you want when you're dealing with blocky stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, we haven't added enough offense to fight Gremlin Knob early. This would be a much better fight if we were doing something like, maybe not even Lagavulin. Maybe the best fight for us would be the Sentries, honestly. But we still have a chance of killing him. We'll have to rest, though. Yeah, what a horrible fight. Dude, I'm gonna take another Slice. Oh my god. I want more attacks. Yeah. Why couldn't we have fought this when we had 2 die-die-dies in our deck? You know? That's what I want. I want to fight these guys when I got die-die-dies. Instead of fighting these guys when I only have added like 2 slices. Yeah, this is way too defensively oriented. I feel like we haven't had good offensive cards show up though. I guess we could have taken like a Poison Stab, but you know, no AoE showed up in the deck so far, and you know these aren't really offense either. But I guess I'll take a dodge and roll. Ornamental Fan. Now we do have a little bit of defense with our offense. Now these slices might actually pay for themselves a little bit. Like that sound effect. 7. I guess we'll just stall for another turn because I don't want to take any more damage. I mean, we do have to fight an elite next, which maybe. Oh, good turn. Good turn. Good turn for blocks. Maybe we shouldn't be so happy about fighting an elite next because we have 20 HP, but we'll see. Look, I did it. We'll use the we'll use the cunning potion on a turn when we can get value out of the block. So even on a turn like this, I'm not even gonna play it. I suppose we can play it here because we can get value out of the block. He's pretty weak. He's not dead yet, but he's getting there. You know what? The piercing wail would have been a little bit more value. Take another 4. Hope we can kill this guy. We'll actually need 2 attacks to do it. Oh, we got him. Oh, we didn't get him. We're dead. He has 1 HP. Ah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do something. I'm going to run a consideration on every single card choice. I'm not just gonna take cards that I like. We're gonna think about everything. Except, we will still probably try to go for the free elite, because it is a free elite. So we'll take that. But we'll take, time to consider freaking everything if I have to. This will be a 4-hour long Spire run. Is that what you want, game? Is that what you want? So let's consider. What do we like here? Dodge and roll, block, infinite blades, slow. But you do get 4 free damage every turn. And Shuriken, Kunai, accuracy, and other things, as we've learned, can synergize with this Shiv. But I think early I just like the Crippling Cloud. Upgraded, it is pretty good AoE damage, and also it is weakness. So we're gonna start with the Crippling Cloud, not because I want poison, but because I think it is a good card on its own. And honestly, let's just take a second one. It's offense and defense rolled into 1. Oh my god, what the heck is with this poison? It's offense and defense rolled into 1, and it's kind of a nice little poison archetype now, to a weird extent. Now, what would we like here? Choke, too expensive and not enough damage. Caltrops, slow but good and very good against the heart. Kind of a card that you would want to have in the long run. I feel like Caltrops is fine. I feel like a Sucker Punch is fine. And then we'll leave the shop. We're not gonna get a free elite, but we almost did. It's another poison potion. I will take a backstab. Early, cheap, free damage. We don't have strength and we do have poison, but I prefer the backstab because we can maybe, yeah, I like the backstab, especially for the second act. So we'll take this. And we'll fight an elite, Lagavulin. This seems like a good turn to start, and honestly, it feels like a fight where we kind of just want to go all out. So I will, I'm not gonna use the other potion. We'll save it in case it's Gremlin Knob later. Do I want to make you weak? Next turn's gonna suck offensively, or defensively rather. So let's take advantage of the weakness here. Take 7. Poison's still ticking you down. Not a very good turn for draw. We kind of do need to play Crippling Cloud again, so we will. Well, now I'm thinking the Poison Potion would have been a better play earlier. Because if we had played it, he would be dead. And we would have saved like 15 damage. He is still gonna die, but I don't know if it's worth saving the potion for that. Expertise, Sucker Punch, or Eviscerate. I don't like Eviscerate, so we'll take another Sucker Punch, even though I don't think it's that useful. It's 22 damage. We'll take 4. I hate it, but I want to save the potions. I also hate this turn because we have no blocks. Other than 1, which is not good enough because we're going to take another 7 damage here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, Swift Potion. I keep getting potions when I don't need them. I hate it. I hate getting those potions when you don't need them. That's the thing. Like, I want to save the potions for tough fights and elite fights and whatnot, and then half the time when I try that, ends up not really mattering now, does it? Can I kill you? Barely. Okay. To lose 6 HP on Gremlin Knob, pretty good. And Paper Crane is lovely? Actually fantastic. What do we want here? Probably... We haven't added a block. And because we have Paper Crane, I'm gonna add a leg sweep, although Terror is a very good choice too. Question card, I'll take. Now Crippling Cloud saves us a lot more HP than it otherwise would. I think I'll toss a potion. Might as well, we got a new potion. We have like 10 weak enablers, we do. This is hopefully gonna be a very weak focused deck, which I think is gonna be good for us. At least in the late game, I know the Paper Crane is gonna be amazing. You know, when we're starting to fight things like the elites in the heart, we're gonna love it, and late bosses. It's also gonna be nice for Book of Stabbing, but not necessarily for the other two elites. Piercing Wail seems like a good call here, but so does All Out Attack. I'll take an All Out Attack. Something that can hit the sentries. What is with these shops? Something that can hit those sentries would be nice. Dude, I don't know what's going on with these shops. I don't want to go to these shops this early. Please give me Eternal Feather. Instead, I'm just gonna take another backstab. Which I still like early. Fantastic. Sadistic Nature. I don't think Sadistic Nature is that good. I understand it. If you're applying a lot of status effects, it can be good damage, but I think the value for the card is pretty low. It doesn't seem like you get a lot of value out of it. I'll take a Bouncing Flask. I will rest. Like, Sadistic Nature, the damage just seems low. It doesn't seem good. Good enough, rather. We should have hit you with the Neutralize, then we could have applied a little bit of poison. That's my bad. It's still 6 damage per enemy. It's better than a strike. Although, you know what? I'm dumb. Strike, Sucker Punch would have killed the sentry. Yeah, because the Sucker Punch does 7. I thought for some reason it did 6, so it didn't even cross my mind to run the math. Oh well. We have a 24 card deck. How did the deck get so thick? I mean, I know I'm adding cards, but still it seems a little absurd. Well, at least I'll kill you. We're gonna take another 10 though. I don't know, other than Paper Crane, I don't know how I feel about this run yet. Akabiko, Dash, Dagger Throw, Finisher, Bane. I don't really feel like adding anything. This is one of those situations where I really do need to kind of just upgrade more cards, but we're gonna walk into the fight with 14 HP. Look, if we walk into the fight with 14 HP and die, we'll just start up another one. That's the whole point. It's the whole point of having you know, time on our hands here. Dun, dun. I think we'll just block. It's not a good turn for Crippling Cloud. It's not really a poison deck, even though I did take a Bouncing Flask. It's more of a... Fantastic. It's more of a, here's a deck with some good stuff in it and Paper Crane, and a lot of weakness. Now, ironically, we're not actually playing all this weakness, but there's a reason for that, if you can believe it. The reason is because I'd rather play other things. Oh, that's unfortunate. Guess we'll take one. Okay, we keep, you know, inflicting poison, which is nice. And we actually have enough block on this turn, which is great. It's actually looking like we might get through this. Okay, you're gonna flip. Maybe if we can get like another poison card, we'll play it here. We didn't, but... we didn't, but it's fine. We're not gonna get back to Leg Sweep, which is unfortunate, but luckily we did get enough blocks. And he's dead, so we're gonna live. We did have to use a very good potion for it, but that's fine. Let's see if we can't turn this around. I'm gonna take a Malaise. I'm also gonna take... Don't have any shivs this time around. Although it is good with Backstab. To be able to do an extra 4 damage per Backstab, do we need it? I don't know, maybe we'll just go Black Star. We'll just try to rush down the elites, and if we die, we'll do it again. Well, look, listen to me. Like earlier, I was like, we're gonna consider every single option. We're gonna, you know, do everything, you know, as carefully as possible. And here I am, just like, I'll just take a card. I think I've been suffering so much due to Slay the Spire that I've found myself lacking the will to really seriously consider all of my options when I should. And that's probably my fault. I need to take a break from this game, I think. And at the same time, I don't really want to, because it's a good game. Coffee Dripper isn't bad either. That's definitely true, but at the same time, I don't know if I can do the entire run if I can't rest at all. I think we're gonna have to have the ability to rest at some point. Well, this is unfortunate, but we'll take another 7 damage here. We've taken like 14 on this fight alone. Still gonna take damage. Taking another 4. I suppose this is the problem with actually trying to run on 3 energy. Escape plan, dodge and roll, blade dance, heel hook. We apply a lot of weakness. Heel hook might be what we need to be a little bit more aggressive. And it's just another shop that I have like 150 gold on. I don't want these shops. I don't want these shops. Please stop it. I guess we'll take a Noxious Purge a Strike. The game really wants to keep giving me these dang old shops. Sure, give me a Nunchuck. Why Nunchuck for Frailty? I don't know, why not? Derp Apotheosis, says Mighty Odin. Yeah, that's the problem. Let's make everyone weak. Maybe we should have popped the poison potion on one of these guys. It wouldn't have killed him, though. Would not have killed him. Not outright. Well, it only saved us 1 damage on the melees, but that's fine. You're also so broke. Yeah. We never really had a lot of money going into the shops. And now we have no gold. Dagger throw, slice, prepared, concentrate. I know it's an upgraded dagger throw, but you know, screw it. I'll take it. It's an upgraded card. We have a 28 thick card deck. Why not keep rolling it? And hey, it's elite fights. Let's do it. A free dramatic seems very good with Akabiko. Although we do have an all-out attack too, but I'm actually wondering if I can get some serious kills like this. It doesn't seem too bad. We'll take 6 damage. But these guys are highly weak. And it's looking like we're gonna make it out of at least this fight. Hopefully we get some good stuff. Meat on the bone singing bowl is the good stuff. And I'll take a corpse explosion. Let's make you weaker for longer. Okay, you know, we got something going on here, I suppose. Just want the melees, but we're not getting it, are we? I don't know when we have energy. I don't know when we're gonna be upgrading anything. I think I'm just gonna hit you with the big melees. We'll take 9. We take 9, but hey, we got meat on the bone. We'll heal for 12. I'll take another heal hook. I actually do think that those can work in the deck that we have. What are we fighting? An annoying enemy. Whetstone. Strike and quick slash. Not good enough. Dude, that's a lot of damage. That's like a lot of damage. Take 6. At least they're not doing anything now. Still weak. Corpse explosion. So you're gonna take your friend out as soon as you die. At least we have corpse explosion. Probably the best block we can get on that turn, unfortunately. Still got meat on the bone, so we're, you know, still not dead, technically. Although without meat on the bone, we would have definitely died by now. And if we go the right path, we have to fight a burning elite. You know what? Why not? It's just crazy enough. It just might work. Maybe I'm the crazy one, but for some reason I look at this and I think, you know what? F it, let's do it. I'm not even gonna rest. We'll have meat on the bone heal us. Maybe we should have popped the strength on that one. I'd like to make you weaker for longer. Why upgrade? Because we got meat on the bone. We'll auto heal. As long as we live, we'll be fine. That's what I choose to believe anyways. He's a maniac. I am a maniac. That is also true. Also maniac on the floor. Although now I am looking at this and I'm like, ah, crap. Got an attack potion. I feel like flechettes might work if we start purging all the attacks out of our deck now. I'll take a Vira, and then we'll fight this guy, who only has regen, which is not really that bad. Dude, a early glass knife is pretty dope. 16, 12, 1, noxious malaise. Could have done it differently had we popped the strength potion too, but I like this. It's a bad time for corpse explosion, but it is what it is. I mean, we are alive, so I can't say things are going horribly. We'll just make sure to kill all these guys on this turn, hopefully. I mean, we won, so was it the right choice? Heck if I know. Regal Pello Blood Vial. Seems okay. Dude, do we want another Crippling Cloud? Probably not, but I'm gonna take one anyways, because I like the card for some reason. Now that we got Regal Pello, we can heal. And, I mean, honestly, this seems like a good time to start purging your debuffs so we can make you weak. We'll make you real freaking weak for a long time, dude. There you go. We have a thick deck. Way thicker than I would like, definitely. Let's, Flechette's Crippling Cloud. Nothing in our deck answers to what he does. Well, no, we have one thing, weakness. That's what we're gonna be relying on here. Lots of weakness. Gonna take 3 damage. We don't have any footworks or any, like, big good blocks. That's one negative that we've got going on here. Heal hook and all out attack. Well, I guess we'll heal hook. We're taking 17 damage, which is not that bad. Purge that Crippling Cloud. It's more of an AoE card, but you know, we don't really have much to do with it right now. Maybe we should have popped the Strength Potion. I don't know, let's see. Let's hope. 28 poison. If we survive this turn, he should be dead. Well. We're gonna have 3 HP, but he should be dead. He's not gonna kill us. We're gonna kill him. So we're gonna make it to the 3rd act. If we get an energy relic, we'll be much better off than where we were on this floor. Burst. Probably what you want here. Definitely. Snecko Eye again. I hate Snecko Eye. I love Snecko Eye. Look, I've long given up on the idea that I'm actually going to be considering like every single option on this run. I'm just going to play Spire to have fun, and if we win, we win, and if we don't, we'll just learn more about the game. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on myself. Maybe we should just play Spire to have fun. Drop down to Ascension 0 and stomp on the game. That'll be fun. We're going to have to fight some elites here. We're probably going to want to fight a whole bunch because we have Black Star. So I kind of like this path. It's relaxing on our way up. This path goes through a shop and forces us to fight 3 elites. I'm gonna go the 2 elite side path here. Yo, the backstabs are not as good anymore. And all of the cards are like very expensive on this Snecko turn. So we'll just take 16 damage, I suppose. Oh, hey, look, cheap stuff. I think the one super big negative about this run right now is that we actually have very little block. We have no footworks in this deck. We have good weakness. No footworks, though. You got 12 poison. Snecko all fun and games till you have all 3s, says Alpha Wolf. Yep. That is the truth of it. You think Snecko's gonna save you, and then it gives you, 3-cost garbage. Entropic Brew. Sure, I'll take an Entropic Brew. I will also take none of these. We'll just keep stacking up the max HP at this point. What does it defend? Sure. I will... Screw it, we're gonna fight him. Because why not? We're gonna go all in. We got a Corpse Explosion, so that's, an early card that I definitely wanted. A little bit of energy back. What deals the most damage? Backstab deals the most damage. And now we got a potion too, which is nice. Burst Leg Sweep is very good block, although we're not really doing that much else with the turn, but this doesn't feel like a turn where we're really gonna be doing much else other than this. Let the poison go, maybe draw some better stuff. Okay, still have Fairy in a Bottle. What do we get? Thread and Needle. Is that worth it? Almost certainly not. Wish I didn't have these backstabs now that they're not guaranteed to be free, but that's fine. We need to Burst Defend. So we'll Burst Defend. Take 4 damage. Now they could start hitting for like 40 on this turn, so we gotta be careful. Oh, this is not good. Probably, yeah, we're definitely gonna use our potion here. That's why we had it, though. That's why we had it. I don't have the energy for anything. Corpse Explosion. Should kill him. Definitely killed him. Piercing Wail, Terror, Escape Plan, Backflip. We need a backflip. As good as Piercing Wail is, we need the backflip because we need to have more defense in the deck, and it's draw 2. which is very good in Snecko Eye. A bit of a weird play, but it kind of works out. Poison's not really that good against this guy because he has so much health, but what else we gonna do? Dude, we have so many cards to remove from this deck. All the basic strikes and defends have to go. It's just a little late for it, is it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Six damage. It's not that bad. Let's block. Didn't draw anything, that's fine. Doing this on 3 energy also kind of blows. That's fine. Get rid of Ascender's Bane. Free, free. Free. No blocks, so we're gonna take 14 damage? Or was that 12? I wasn't running the math. Anyways, you're dead finally. Still, Meat on the Bone will keep us going. Deflect, Blur, Expertise, Calculated Gamble. A Calculated Gamble could be nice if it's cheap. It could allow us to get through the deck faster and then maybe get some better stuff. Noxious is good, but I think we'll just start with a Crippling Cloud. Just because it'll make him weak for the next turn. Should have really played Flechettes. Take 3 damage. Also, really still need a freaking footwork or something in this deck. No blocks, huh? Still no blocks? Alright. Well, if you're not gonna give me any blocks, I'll just apply some more poison, I guess. We'll take 6. I don't know, maybe draw a free block? Nah. Well, we'll take, 10. God damn it. Hey, we got some block out of it at least. We'll take, 3. You know, I kind of forgot how many burns this guy adds to your deck when you're on Ascension 18. Our deck is just filled with burns right now. And you're not weak, and you're gonna kill me. So, okay, we finally died. Still, you know, I don't want to win every Spire one. I want to have fun. I want to take Snecko Eye and then see what kind of crazy shenanigans we can get up to. Why not use the potion? Because I've resigned myself to death. That's the short answer there. Anyways, there you go.